That he expects City Council will indeed support the mayor's tax
of layoffs that one branch
company, which will result in the elimination.
Mixed reaction tonight over news a proposed tax hike is driving up parking fees.
That's ridiculous to raise prices on something that...
I think it just smells.
But as you can see, not
that often. I really work.
County commissioners have not yet heard.
Infrequently.
Alco Parking owns and operates
More difficult.
these parking garages. These will go
structuring. Dower is asking the county to allow them to.
Alco President Merrill Stabile says once a year
will take effect December 1 at the start of the holiday shopping season. Sheldon Ingram is live to tell
cases the court wants
will be affected. Sheldon.
Well, first of all, Andy, we should point out that the Alco Corporation is raising its rates because of Mayor Tom Murphy's proposed
percent. Dower also wants
next year. However,
Alco managers follow suit.
We're going to sit back, wait to see what city.
This hike means the Pittsburgh Parking Authority would have to pay $650,000 more in taxes, a cost they may or may not pass on to drivers.
Shoppers, no rate increase. Alco says its hourly rates will increase by 25 cents.
Next year, or do we pass that?
It's to $1. But weekend and evening rates will not.
Are long overdue.
Christmas shopping season.
Holiday shoppers.
It's almost like. Also, there are a number of retailers in downtown that have their own validation programs, and they're going to continue to have those in place. So there's a way for retailers to counteract this.
Harry Finnegan is the director of the Pittsburgh Downtown.
They say they will present a plan on Thursday that should help
100 retailers and property owners downtown. Finnegan says parking increases are modest and they shouldn't scare people away from downtown.
Any increases is bad news for downtown, but we're not talking about exorbitant increases if in fact this tax does go ahead.
98 budget today.
Pass. That's the word we get from City Councilman Dan Cohen. Other parking facilities
had increases in a really long time, and that's why these prices at this time.
That's right. All supervisors.
Any side you think?
Pittsburgh, we need to meet.
Not at this point. These two people, Commissioners
Revenues.
Again, the Alco Corporation owns
This county.
He headed for court.
Garages in downtown.
They tried to go to court, and looks like they're going there again.
Once again. Okay. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
Well, just in time for the holiday shopping season, parking rates in downtown Pittsburgh are going up, and Mayor Murphy is getting the blame. John Shumway is live tonight downtown with a story.
Alco is the company that says they'll go ahead and raise the rates, even though Mayor Murphy's proposed tax hasn't even been approved. But Alco says they expect it to by January 1, so effective December 1st, the prices you see up here on the...
In Cincinnati, it'll cost you
50 cents and $1. Luring shoppers to spend their...
all day. After that, it's $6 for the day. Most of the privately owned lots will charge more, and that, we found, is typical in each city. Well, the county also trying to scrounge
The reason that they don't shop downtown.
The coroner says he had been drinking.
Here's budget. Good news in that
so you can...
there won't be a new tax. Bad news for some county employees. Cuts are coming.
County Controller Frank Lucchino didn't mince.
Parking is difficult even at the early hours of every morning, but when you increase the rate of pay, it's definitely going to hurt or just detract from people coming downtown to shop.
Alco blames the pending parking tax increase in part for the December 1st increase of between 50 cents and...
The budget has put the county in the unpleasant position of having to cut $16 million worth of government.
Certainly that calls for some very dramatic...
The other downtown parking operators say they will wait for the council to approve the tax hike before they consider their rate hike options. But council approval seems likely. So do other increases.
We're encouraging several departments remain off limits to the axe. He says the Community College of Allegheny County should get its $19.7 million since cuts would be magnified by the loss of state matching funds. He says that's also true of the port authorities.
I mean, there are other cities that are much higher. I think it's outrageous. They already charge too much now.
Funding. And Lucchino says the county share of the library program should also be untouched.
We will do our best.
Thank you for you.
That's pretty much what we found from everybody.
We have to.
Bears in their home in Shadyside.
For those who want to come...
Minutes ago, Commissioner Dunn...
events, and on the weekend, Alco says they're not going to raise those rates. They'll stick with their nighttime rate and their weekend rate. They won't change that. That's part of a commitment, Stacey, that they're making to the folks for Sparkle season to make sure they don't deter people from coming downtown to shop.
Are now helping with that investigation.
John, they're increased...
70 headstones were overturned.
...action by the city council.
Yeah, they anticipate that council will approve it. And in fact, all indications are that they will. Alco's just just kind of getting the jump on the gun, shall we say.
So they will have 1 month of that extra tax going into their pockets, basically.
And I doubt if City Council didn't pass it that we would get a rebate.
You wonder about that also.
No word yet on the total amount.
Allegheny County Commissioners Cranmer
It could take months because many bonding materials won't work in cold weather. 2 fatal fires.
They say it will cost Pittsburgh hundreds, if not thousands, of jobs.
We're taking aggressive action and aggressive.
Team will spend the next 2 days training in difficult weather situations.
The Pittsburgh Division of Narcotics in East Liberty announces a May fires in Westmoreland County.
They're doing and why they're doing it, that we're not going to take this laying down.
The commissioners may challenge the sale on antitrust grounds. Westinghouse is selling the power generation business to a one-time competitor, Siemens AG of Germany.
There is a warning tonight for Americans to avoid.
And then
70 people were killed in a terrorist attack. 6 gunmen opened fire near an ancient temple in Luxor this morning. 60 of the victims were tourists. 2 police officers, 2 civilians, and all 6 gunmen were also killed. No Americans were killed in the attack, and of course Dan Rather will have more on the story coming up on the CBS Evening News at 7 o'clock. Well, tonight President Clinton is not...
Terlicki was in his bedroom when it started. He was pronounced dead at the scene. There was an arson dog at the scene. Still no word on a cause. In Greensburg, that fire has been ruled accidental. Live in the Westmoreland County Bureau.
The United States and its allies might allow Iraq greater access to humanitarian assistance if Saddam Hussein agrees to allow UN weapons inspectors to return to Iraq. But Iraq says that offer still does not guarantee that sanctions will be lifted anytime soon. Now, according to published reports, the Army and the FBI are now investigating whether signs...
One-on-one this afternoon. He'll have the conversation coming up in a live report later in Action Sports. An expansion project at a local company may have benefits for you, too.
Details ahead for Churchill, Penn Hills, all of the...
More coming on this story. Thank you, Harold.
It was a cold weekend for 20 families in a Mount Lebanon apartment complex. People...
Live with Sally Wiggin, Andy Pearson, Weather Watch with Chief Meteorologist Joe DiNardo, and Action Sports with Andrew Stockey. Action News continues.
More now on the controversial death at the Allegheny County Jail.
New at 6, an update on the case of Rayton Bullock, the murder suspect in
Sharpsburg. The 3 men in the car are...
District Attorney. The courthouse is buzzing about one candidate in particular. Sources tell me there's an intense lobbying effort under...
About a corner...
On behalf of Attorney Stephen Zappala Jr., son of Pennsylvania Supreme Court Justice Stephen Zappala Sr. Some question whether Zappala is qualified for the job. On his resume, there is only one vague mention of any experience in a criminal court. Chris Conrad is Deputy DA for homicide. He wants the top job.
Turning to work anytime soon. They say he's suffering from
Judge of the Court of Common Pleas of this county.
Slurred speech.
Bruce Pompiani, the numbers are still going in the wrong direction.
In fact, the incident is still under investigation by state police. A high-profile murder trial got underway today. That tops a
challenge for me to overcome.
First Assistant DA Chris Kopitas.
I've heard rumors, obviously, but the way...
In an Allegheny County courtroom today in the Edward Hooten murder trial.
Parents and
accused of murdering Derek Pitts during a robbery last summer. His first trial ended in a hung jury. Pitts was the son of Wilkinsburg's former mayor, Bob Pitts.
I'm Elena Becerra, Bureau Chief in Westmoreland County. He was in police custody.
Governor Tom Ridge says Pennsylvania is saving millions by cracking down on welfare fraud. Last year alone, the state saved $115 million by catching those who tried to cheat the welfare system. For example, a substitute teacher here in Allegheny County was caught collecting $12,000 in public assistance, even though she had been working for 2 years.
Selling newspapers for charity. That's what the Post...
He replaces John Adeline, who died in...
News on this Monday, 3 fire companies are fighting a fire...
...by a panel of judges...
...help sell the PG Kids Extra Edition. Now, this is a 4-page supplement to your regular newspaper with information about the Children's Hospital Free Care Fund. The cost is $1. 50 cents of that will go to the Free Care Fund.
And straight ahead.
Allegheny County's new 911 system is not even up and running, but you'll see why it is being blamed for postal problems in the North Hills.
Thinning the deer herd. Everyone agrees it must be done, but at what cost?
Support the health care needs of Butler County's children. But it's going to be a little chilly.
And you're going to have to walk to stay warm.
Yeah,
that's a good theory.
Keep moving. Okay.
Run.
Thanks, Larry.
It is going to be months before Allegheny County's 911 system is online.
But the emergency phone service is already being blamed for causing problems with mail delivery in one North Hills neighborhood. So the people affected called Wayne Van Dyne.
About a dozen companies in McCandless who live on Ridge Ave.
26.
Spring, they had to change their street numbers.
We do not believe.
911 says
Chile down in through the Gulf, even New Orleans.
Nothing but problems getting mail.
I wasn't receiving mail at my
Chile, Orlando.
5202, another Ridge Avenue.
How many Ridge Avenues are there?
I've been told that there are Ridge Avenues in 8 zip codes of Pittsburgh.
How much of a delay is it causing?
Well, it's caused a lot. I have some mail that I received in October that had been sent to me in May. So I've got 3 months, 4 months of delay.
We get some mail, we don't get other mail, other people get our mail. So you never know where it's going to show up, and we've got things, important documents and so forth that aren't arriving at the house.
Credit cards, bank statements, magazine subscriptions, and God knows what else. Missing a lot of mail.
Connie Wattenpole knows computers and operates a business. She, too, is a victim and knows why.
What's happening is that all the various companies that are sorting our mail are having it sorted through the validation software that has not been updated. So, you know, it's automatically changing us. Here's a zip code directory that says we don't exist.
The post office says it has already done what it can do.
And while we update our mailing list as soon as the new address comes to us, unfortunately, some of our mailers are using software that does not have that updated address.
The Postal Service is notifying offending companies and is urging customers to do the same. Wayne Van Dyne in McCandless.
To tell Wayne about your problem, you can call area code 412-391-2215, day or night. And as always, please don't forget to leave a daytime telephone number.
Well, the Steelers gave an old friend a not-so-warm welcome yesterday.
Sure did. John Stein.
Conditions are looking.
It's coming up next in today's edition of Steeler Monday.
He took us on the ride of our lives. Now, see Mario like you've never seen him before. Tonight on KDKA TV News at 11.
If you're on Medicare, I'd like to tell you how some of my friends feel about Advantra. Now, Beverly likes what Advantra offers. 100% for referred hospitalization.
Cars and trucks. So don't forget. Shop and save. You'll love the difference we make. Big.
The Hometown Sports Advantage is brought to you by Chrysler Plymouth.
With Plymouth.
Come in and see how we look, see how we feel. So many styles to see. The look is today, for work or for play, 'cause we dress the family.
You can get a lot for your money there.
And we feel that that's extremely important because we're able to buy maybe 1 or 2 more outfits that we wouldn't have been able to buy.
At Walmart, there's a style to make you smile.
Once again.
He is wearing this one in a new television commercial for low-income home energy.
Where to look.
The commercial was shown this morning for the first time. Take a look.
Hey, who's that? Well, my dad just put it up to block out the draft. Says he made the greatest catch of all time. And I bet you couldn't catch this.
The only thing you're going to catch is a cold. Tell your folks there's help to pay the gas bill. It's free to those who qualify. Just call your gas company for information, okay?
This is the 7th year that Harris has served as spokesman for the low-income home energy assistance program, and I still think he looks great in that uniform.
Oh, he sure does.
Get ready for the Hometown Sports Advantage.
Well, when the Steelers are playing their kind of football, they normally...
Well, Andrew, 12 seasons in the NHL, 6 scoring titles and 2 Stanley Cups, but Mario Lemieux's career is much more than just statistics. He's one of the greatest to ever play the game, of course, and tonight he goes into Hockey's Hall of Fame here in Toronto. I talked with him this afternoon after a press conference in this room about that big honor.
Well, it means everything to me to finally have a chance to be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame and join the great players that have played this game before me and made the game what it is today is quite an honor. And I was very surprised when they called me a couple months ago on the golf course to tell me that I was going to be in the Hall of Fame so soon, and it's just a tremendous honor.
What are you going to say tonight? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I have a few notes that, a few things that I want to say, and certainly thank all the people that have been a part of my career. That's always something that I want to do, and thank the coaches and organization and, of course, the players. So there's a few things that I want to say tonight, but as always, it's going to be a short speech.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
We'll see you later. Thank you, Mario. Mario goes in with former teammate Brian Trottier and one-time Penn Glenn Sather. I'll be back live after Monday Night Football with more.
He was on the wrong sideline yesterday, but his presence over there still may have helped the Steelers' defense.
Realistically said, nah, it didn't really matter, whatever like that.
Okay. Meantime, good news for the Steelers and their fans is turning into bad news for Steeler opponents. Bill Hillgrove is the voice of the team, and tonight, he's our Steelers insider.
Yeah, Dick, that's the least you can do. This is John Steigerwald for Steeler Monday.
All right, John, thanks. Here are the grades. You see a
opener. Against the Bengals, Greg Lloyd was tough against the run.
1 o'clock news. For now, I'm Sam Nober live in Toronto. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Sammy. See you tonight.
Pulled Dirt Winston by worming into the pile after a Nolan Harrison sack.
They're not throwing up no kinds of yardage. The first half, they should have been losing by about 20 points.
The guy is meticulous. You should see how he parks cars.
Welcome.
Tonight's commentary, the subject is defense, which never rests around here. Let's find out what Stan Severin says.
With the Steelers Insider, I'm Bill Hillgrove, Channel 4 Action Sports.
Thanks, Billy. See you with more Hall of Fame stuff after the football game.
All right, thanks, Andrew. That's our 6 o'clock report. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tonight after the game.
Grace goes to the great outdoors.
I'm camping with the kids. No, we didn't get evicted.
A weekend trip.
That deer could have been shot outside the area.
For Pontiac dealers.
Over on Channel 11, it began at 5 o'clock with David and Peggy and continued at 6 with Peggy and yours truly. Stadium on the south side of Philly for their next game on...
6 coupon books are the perfect gift for every music lover on your list. Give 6 coupons redeemable in any combination for 6 symphony tickets. Let them pick the concerts that fit their schedules with Pittsburgh Symphony Flex 6 coupon books. Call 392-4900 to order.
Bridgestone is about to change the way you feel about driving on ice. We're at an ice rink to show you a breakthrough in tire technology, the Blizzak Ice Tire. The first winter tire with Bridgestone's patented multi-sul compound designed to fight through snow and stick to ice. In fact, at only 30 miles per hour, a set of Blizzak stopped 35 feet shorter than a set of popular all-season radials. Blizzak from Bridgestone. If you're not using them, what's stopping you?
You're watching KDKA TV News at 6. The Hometown Advantage with Patrice King-Brown, Stacy Smith, Larry Richard, and Brenda Waters with the good news from your hometown.
It was a frightening end to deer archery season for a Bethel Park teenager.
She found a dead deer struck with an arrow in her grandfather's backyard, and now he wants an end to the deer hunting in Bethel Park. Jackie Smith is here now. She has the story. Jackie?
Well, Patrice, several communities have faced this problem of deer overpopulation.
We have a Bethel Park designated hunter dog.
Right.
Okay, thanks, Jackie.
A second investigation will soon be underway into charges of voter fraud in Fayette County. The FBI has been looking into the allegations since June. Now the County Elections Board is conducting an investigation of its own. KDPG Bureau Chief Andy Briggs is live now with the details. Andy?
Stacey, the 3 Fayette County commissioners sit on the elections board. Today, 2 of them voted to hire a handwriting expert to examine the signatures on 2 voter registration cards. But voting no, Commissioner Sean Kavanaugh, who first raised the issue of election fraud months ago. Kavanaugh believes there is already enough evidence to pursue a criminal investigation. He points to a taped interview he did with a patient at the Boris Personal Care Home near Farmington. Kavanaugh claims Mabel Boger is senile and couldn't have signed an application for an absentee ballot. He also says her signature does not compare to the one on the card.
What did you want to happen today? That these 2 registration cards be declared invalid?
Yes,
you were seeking today?
Absolutely. I mean, they're both of these individuals whose voter registrations were challenged were declared incompetent by the courts. It's clear, it's quite clear it was a forged signature.
You are the leader, the Democratic, the commissioners, and you are snubbing your nose to what is common sense and what's going on here. And you're part of the cover-up, protecting the system.
I'm calling for an investigation of an individual that's an expert. I think I'm doing the right thing here.
Now, Commissioner Harry Albert left today's hearing early. He says he's still recovering from a fist fight with Commissioner Kavanaugh back in October and had to get to a doctor's appointment. But Albert says he's still in some pain and can't drive yet, but will try to be in the commissioner's office every day. Reporting live from the KDPG Washington Fayette Bureau, I'm Andy Briggs.
All right, thank you, Andy.
In tonight's hometown headlines, there is a new county commissioner in Beaver County.
But first, a water main break cancels classes in Bethel Park. The break happened in the main line that feeds the Bethel Park High and Middle Schools. Repairs have been made and classes will resume tomorrow.
Be the number to call on a Monday.
The commissioner was sworn in today. Dan Donatello was appointed last week to fulfill the unexpired term of Commissioner John Anteline. Anteline died of cancer earlier this year. Donatello previously served as county commissioner from 1989 to 1991.
Police in Ohio Township are searching for vandals who damaged more than 70 tombstones at the Mount Nebo United Presbyterian Cemetery. It happened over the weekend. Some of the stones are more than 150 years old.
Portions of the National AIDS quilt are on display this week at Point Park College downtown. You can see it through Wednesday at the Student Lounge on the second floor of Thayer Hall. The quilt was made by friends and family of those who have died of AIDS. And those are tonight's hometown headlines.
And now it is time for some good news from your neighborhood, and we begin in Westmoreland County. Second graders at Martin School and New Kensington.
Giving the gift of family love toys will be a note from the children's parents.
And in Westmoreland County, this Teamsters President Ron Carey could soon be out of a job.
Coming up next, hear why a judge won't let him run again for union president.
They're plants and herbs that some believe have are making KDKA TV the most watched newscast at 6.
On the outskirts of town, there's a little antique store called...
Watch Grace Under Fire at 7:30, followed by Cosby tonight on KDKA. Up-to-the-minute stock quotes, call PG Link, your free 24-hour information service provided by the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Well, making news across the nation tonight, Teamsters President Ron Carey could soon be out of office.
A court-appointed monitor has ruled that Carey was involved in a scheme to divert union funds into his campaign coffers, so he cannot run in the rerun election for Teamsters president. His 1996 re-election was overturned in August. Carey barely defeated challenger James Hoffa, and a monitor found that illegal fundraising may have contributed to his victory.
11 people died in a highway collision yesterday in California. A van collided with a tractor trailer. Only one person inside the van survived. The driver of the truck was not injured seriously. He told police the van's driver tried to pass another car and did not see the oncoming truck.
A high-speed police chase in Los Angeles is caught on videotape. The van with 10 people inside was going more than 100 miles an hour. The chase began after the driver ran a red light and ended when the van's engine overheated.
And it was a close call for a police officer in Idaho. Watch this. The officer was walking back to his patrol car during a routine traffic stop when a speeding truck nearly hit him. The officer had to jump out of the way as the truck sheared off the mirror of his patrol car. The driver of the truck was later arrested and charged with drunk driving. And those are some of the stories making news across the nation tonight.
Now let's find out what Dan Rather's working on for the CBS Evening News coming up at 7 o'clock.
Tonight here on KDKA, besides All About Iraq, you'll hear exclusively from the other woman in the Kelly Flynn Air Force story. This woman says the pilot wasn't telling the truth on KDKA tonight at 7.
Look forward to it. Another cold night tonight, but perhaps we're going to get a little warmer temperatures.
Larry will check the AccuWeather forecast for us. That's coming up next.
And now it's time for a hometown hello.
Hi, we're the University of Pittsburgh dance team. Wishing you a KDKA hometown hello.
Thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. Looks a little chilly, though, in those skirts with wind chills in the teens, eh? Let's take a look at your AccuWeather forecast. It's the cold weather that has everybody talking. I mean, we dealt with the ice and then the snow, and now the chill. 28 in the evening hours would be a good average with a clear sky. Not much of a wind. That's going to help drop the temperatures in the low end of the 20s. Some cases, the teens in the outlying areas. And the lunch hour tomorrow in the mid to upper 30s. But plenty of sunshine. We'll have a mostly sunny day. Here is our national surface map. There is not much going on as far as precipitation. Very little. There is some flurry activity west of the Great Lakes up to the north. and this front will be our next weather maker. But as you can see, it is clear coast to coast. Doesn't happen too often, folks. That's kind of a quiet weather pattern. 24 hours from now, slowly this low pressure system moves over the Great Lakes. So by Wednesday, and it will take till Wednesday before any, if any, precipitation moves in our way, we could see a little drizzle or sprinkle or some flurry activity on Wednesday. Other than that, it's going to be a pretty quiet day. Let's bring you in from the Pacific Northwest. Here is the AccuWeather forecast in the next 12 hours. Some showers, and there are 2 areas of showers moving into the coastal region. It'll take about a week to get here, and they should arrive in Pittsburgh, or the remnants of it, on Saturday. Yeah, just in time for your weekend, right? All right, and the big football championship at Three Rivers Stadium with the high school teams battling it out. Temperatures overnight, as I mentioned, dropping into the teens, in some cases rebounding only to the 40s, and barely in some cases only in the 30s, like Johnstown at 35, Oil City at 36. So to recap the AccuWeather forecast, I guess you're kind of getting it by now. It's going to be cold again. 22. If not, give Patrice or Stacy a call. They'd love to reiterate the forecast for you. 42 with AccuWeather forecast over the next 5 days. 44, a little drizzle or flurry activity. Wednesday, Thursday, kind of quiet. Friday, clouds move in late in the day. Don't forget, it's light up night in Pittsburgh. 44 on Saturday with that moisture headed our way.
I just want to say I'm working on an I-team investigation, so Patrice is going to have to take the phone calls.
Thank you both.
I'd like, just for a week, if you guys could just take the weather calls for me, I'd appreciate it.
Especially when the weather changes.
I'll let you know. Not yet.
In the 70s.
Very
I'll
soon.
take a week of 70 and sunny.
Okay.
Anytime. Thanks, Larry.
He is, without a doubt, Pittsburgh's and perhaps all of hockey's greatest hockey player.
And tonight, Mario Lemieux will be inducted into Hockey's Hall of Fame. Paul Steigerwald has a preview from Toronto coming up next.
The I-Team investigates and gets results. If you have a tip for the I-Team, let us know. Just call 1-800-TIP-KDKA, the hometown advantage.
Data, statistics, the stuff of instruments, gauges, and stopwatches. What if you were to buy a car strictly with your left brain? If that car was the new Mazda 626, your right brain would be handsomely rewarded. The all-new Mazda 626. Retooled, refined, reborn. Lease a 626LX, $239 a month.
So I get this mail from Progressive saying they have a smart new way to shop for auto insurance.
Progressive, can I help you?
They give you their rates plus the rates of several other companies. I wonder whose rates are going to be lowest.
It looks like you could save over $200 if you went with...
What? You're an insurance company?
Hey, we know how hard it is to shop for auto insurance. A lot of times we're the lowest. Sometimes we're not.
That's not what I expected from an insurance company. And then he said, well, maybe you should.
Call 1-800-AUTO-PRO or your authorized independent agent.
Foodland makes it easy. This week, take home a 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola, just 39 cents, with bonus buy coupon and additional $10 purchase, limit 1. Ultra Whisk liquid laundry detergent, only $2.99. Cheer Ultra 2 powder, just $5.99. And USDA Grade A honeysuckle white turkeys, only 69 cents a pound, limit 1. Plus, for every Foodland product you buy, we'll donate 1 penny to the kids at Children's Hospital.
Close to home, Foodland.
At Sun Chevrolet, we believe if the big print looks too good to be true, better check the asterisk and the fine print. Then check with Sun Chevrolet for honest, great deals on new and Sun-certified used vehicles. We offer special lease rates on our great selection of Blazers, and check out the new Tahoes. We also have a large selection of extended cab 4x4s with 3 doors in stock and more on the way. You can find them all at Sun Chevrolet, conveniently located on Route 19 south of South Hills Village. Remember the name, Sun Chevrolet.
Get ready for the hometown sports advantage.
Well, after 613 goals, 881 assists, 2 Stanley Cups, and a lifetime worth of memories, Mario Lemieux will get his just reward. Tonight in Toronto, Le Magnifique will become the 9th player inducted without the usual 3-year waiting period. For more of our hometown coverage of Lemieux's landmark, here's Paul Steigerwald in Toronto.
It's interesting that all 3 of the 1997 Hall of Fame inductees are former Penguins, giving Lemieux's induction a rather poignant perspective. Glenn Sather was a Penguin when the franchise was in its infancy, so he truly knows what Lemieux has meant to hockey in Pittsburgh.
It was a real situation in Pittsburgh. We're a very young team, and it was a young franchise. The fans were great in Pittsburgh. Even then, it wasn't a full building, and then when you go to Pittsburgh today, it's a whole revolution, and that's because of what Mario's done in that franchise.
Brian Trottier was with the New York Islander team that feasted on those bad Penguin teams of the early 80s that spawned the arrival of Lemieux. And then he used his winning experience to show Mario and the boys how to win.
And he was just a great player, a great guy to be a teammate, and certainly helped a lot of us that have never been in a Stanley Cup Finals before, and I think everybody learned from him.
The lineup here today is an honor, but to go in with Mario Lemieux, teammate, someone who I've played against, someone I respect, and someone I can call my friend just adds to that honor.
They don't do busts of the inductees here at the Hockey Hall of Fame like they do at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, for instance. Instead, they do these glass panels on what they call the double glass walls here in the Great Hall. These 3 panels were just installed today. And in Mario's bio, it lists the thing that he is most proud of in his career, the fact that he lifted the Pittsburgh Penguins from the NHL basement to consecutive Stanley Cup wins in 91 and 92.
It's just a great honor to be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame and to join all the great players that have played this game for so many years. It's the greatest honor.
At the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto, Paul Steigerwald, KDKA TV Sports.
All right, thanks. Ceremony tonight. We'll have it for you at 11 o'clock.
He was one of the few players that as soon as he was drafted, you knew he was probably going to end up in the Hall of Fame.
Well, you can tell, just watching him in the early years, it was just a matter of time. It took longer than he wanted, as he said, but 5-6 years into it, they had the Stanley Cups.
All right. Thank you, Bob.
All right.
You have heard for years about the importance of exercise.
And that advice is not limited to humans. Coming up next, see why these polar bears may have been taught to work out.
Grace explores the great outdoors.
I'm camping with the kids. No, we didn't get evicted.
The perfect weekend.
Nothing could possibly go on.
So what does a retired truck driver do in his spare time?
Well, one man in Minnesota fills his days by volunteering at the Lake Superior Zoo, and you can find him. His name is Dick Simmons at the polar bear exhibit. His job is to make sure that Bubba and Berlin get their exercise. Those are the bears, by the way. The 2 polar bears weigh almost 1,500 pounds. Simmons found all it takes to make them happy is a big red ball. He even taught the bears to play catch, see? And as long as he throws it back, everyone seems happy. They chewed it.
Yeah, well, the bears will do that.
And that's it, folks, for the KDK TV News at 6.
We will be back tonight at 11 o'clock, and we hope that you join us then. Have a good evening.
If you see news happening, call 800-TV2-2222 or Star TV2 on your cell phone. From the beginning to the end, he took us on the ride of our lives. Now, see Mario like you've never seen him before. Tonight on KDK TV News at 11.
We're all aware of world hunger, but it's surprising how much
whole thing peaceful.